from you. Running away, I'm running away from you. From you. Running away, and I'm running away from you. Running away, and I'm running away from you. From you. I'm falling, it's worth every second for you. I'm chasing, I'm climbing, I'm searching, I'm falling, it's worth every second for you. I'm chasing, I'm climbing, I'm searching, I'm falling, it's worth every second for you. I'm chasing, I'm climbing, I'm searching, I'm falling, it's worth every second for you. Turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me
False hope. Yo. Sorry about that. I just got to sit down. Hang on. There we go. We're here. Hang on, wait. There we go. Let me turn off the music. There we go. All right. I was about to say good morning. No, good afternoon, everybody. I hope your Tuesday is going well. False hope, good of you to join me. Let me pull up. How much Molly can you carry? No fucking idea. Good evening. I'm guessing it's evening where you live. It is afternoon where I live. Like it's 12:11, so it literally just became afternoon. So I'm assuming. Okay, let me pull up Snowbreak real quick. Sometimes I'm not doing it. Recently I stopped doing the treadmill while I game, just because it's difficult with the game that I've started playing. But yes, I did do the treadmill while I was gaming for a while. Like when I was playing I was about to say Sekiro, but that's not the game I was playing. I was playing Stellar Blade and Ghost of Tsushima, which I've not finished the Ghost of Tsushima. I will get back to it at some point in time. Right now, my current obsession is with Snowbreak. Also, good to see you, Real Toby. Play Where Wind Meet. That a game? Never even heard of that.
No alarms tripped. Infiltration success. Adjutant, surprise.
So, she's one of the reasons I like this game.
You knew all along? Wow, you're incredible.
Alright, I got my coffee. I got my hydration. For those of you who don't know, this is basically just like a waifu shooter gacha game. And I mean, they go really hard on the waifus. I mean, you can see this girl right here.
I spy with my eyes.
I like this game because
the most precious secret in the adjutant's room is
didn't use a normal
the
name.
adjutant himself.
Raph. RSF. Raph. But I like this game because not only is the story interesting, but the adjutant does get with like every single girl in the game. Like it's canon. So unlike every other gacha game where you just ship your character with whoever your favorite character is, you don't gotta do that in this one. No imagination required. Oh! Oh, you're false hope. You're Rafnar. Damn. Die anime. Hey, how you doing? I've been good. You know, same as always. Really, not much is changing in the day to day. Daiki and I just got back from a coffee shop and PetSmart where I bought some bird feeder, and a bird feeder. I'm trying to bring birds over to my balcony so that Daiki has something to watch while I'm doing other things. I notice he really likes watching the birds, so I'm hoping that if I can entice some birds over to my balcony, he'll pay attention to them. So what about you? What have you been up to? How's your Tuesday turning out? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Here, before I start this, I'll put up. I don't really do anything on my YouTube channel, but Yeah, this is my YouTube channel. I'm actually so I'm live streaming on YouTube, Twitter, and Thursday. Right, today is Thursday. God damn. You are correct. Today is Thursday. Wow. I'm feeling it. That's how you can tell I'm not mentally all there. Appreciate you correcting me there, Rafnar. But this is my YouTube channel. I don't really do a whole lot with it anymore. Oh, GTA 6 was delayed? Shit. I'll probably get that at some point as well. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto since San Andreas. San Andreas. I think it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was the last GTA I ever played. So it'll be interesting to get back into that. But with everything I've seen, I'd really like to start playing it. Like this one looks really good. Alright, what are we doing here? It's Tao and she's talking to us. The first time we met, you were barely 12. So wait, is she talking about Genu? Daily Chan, hi, how are you? How you doing? How's your Thursday? Good idea. Well, you know what? I've turned the ads as low as they can go. Unfortunately, I think Twitch still gives you a ad. Like, you can't turn them off unless you are unaffiliated, which I am affiliate. I don't know how I got there, but I am. So whatever works. Assuming you're Dai Anime. I'm wondering if she's talking about the adjutant. Did she meet the adjutant when he was 12? Also, thank you for the follow on YouTube. In the cramped interrogation room, two women sat across from each other. One tall and one petite. Tao and Caroline, maybe? Though only half a meter apart, their worlds were divided by a barrier of blast-proof glass. The prisoner was securely strapped to a specially made interrogation chair, her movements completely restricted. I'm really curious, who the hell is she? Who is this? Upon entering, Tao noticed the prisoner absent-mindedly rocking her chair back and forth, the constant squeaking the only diversion in her confined existence. Leaning forward and resting her chin on her hand, Tao fixed her gaze on the woman behind the glass. The prisoner, still distractedly staring at the ceiling, seemed unaware of her surroundings. Without hesitation, Tao went into a long monologue. I'll let her monologue. Oh man, I haven't actually seen Hazbin Hotel. Honestly speaking, I've been meaning to watch it for like ever. But I just haven't. It's one of those things where like, yeah, I'll do this thing, and then you never do it, and you're like, every so often you think, oh man, I should really get to doing this. I should watch this anime. I should read this book, and then you don't. And there's no real reason why. But if you're watching it, then it's gotta be good. So I'll give that a watch, hopefully soon. Ooh. Black coffee. Bitter. Alright. Alright. I'll hold you to that. Just so you know, if it is bad, I will haunt and curse you. 9 out of 10's a good rating. I was 24. It was my 3rd year studying artificial intelligence under my mentor. No, back then, it was still called computer science. My mentor had always clung to this old term, as she believed Ganges was nothing more than a sophisticated program. Oh, she's talking about the person who created New Hentiro. On New Year's Eve, the campus was empty. the holiday having sent everyone home early for celebrations. I bought a few cupcakes, planning to rough it for a night in the empty library. That was when my mentor called, inviting me over to dinner. When I arrived, I came to realize she must have meticulously planned the meal for the exact number of guests. She had likely delayed inviting me, fearing an early invitation might be declined out of pride. That was the kind of person she was. She embodied the spirit. Hang on. I'm trying to see if okay, I can hear myself. She embodied the spirit of her generation, born in that golden era. Optimistic, confident, and sensitive, as if nothing could crush them. What generation was this? Oh, so the person being strapped in is Urza, otherwise known as Pi. She was a member of the board of directors. Shit. She basically looks like a little girl, but she's secretly an old hag. And then there was you, Urza. You were hardly taller than the dining table, yet you had the largest room in the house. I took a curious peek inside. It was crammed with whiteboards, piles of scratch paper, and an array of textbooks, and she was 12? I noticed your fascination with mathematics. The first time we met, you were trying to draw your own heptadecagon with a compass and straight edge, trying to prove your intellect was as sharp as that famed mathematician. Is there a famed mathematician? Episode 8 is still 8, has 8 point. Is that your personal rating or like the overall rating for that everyone gave it? Like on whichever website you're talking about. So, at dinner, we delved into discussions about pi, the law of large numbers, the application of mathematics in computer science, as well as function integration and convolution. Over the next 2 years, as my mentor's realm project progressed, I frequented your home more often, deepening our acquaintance. 17-sided, methinks. Oh no, I know what it is. I'm just trying to think about the famous mathematician she might be talking about. I'm assuming every reference in here is a real person, like referencing someone that actually existed. IMDb rating. I heard that My Hero Academia just beat Taco P's Original Sin on IMDb as the highest rated anime. She once remarked that I was molding you into another version of myself with our shared obsession with academia. She warned that you might end up like me, a person who would resort to every conceivable means in the pursuit of knowledge. That does sound a lot like Tao, to be honest. I thought so as well, all the way up through graduation. Though something during her graduation changed. The next time I saw you, it was at your memorial service. Oh. So Urza died. On receiving the notice, I hurried over. The ceremony was almost over by the time I arrived. The small house was crowded with your university friends, colleagues, and family, all in a somber silence. The explicit construction of the decagon was given Herbert William Richmond, who I don't actually know squat about, unfortunately. That is not a name I recognize. Heptadecagon. Appreciate you looking that up. Do you want me to call you False Hope or Rafnar? My mentor busied herself, catering to everyone. chatting about anything except why we had gathered. It felt almost like a regular party. Finally, everyone sat down, and then she began to address the room. Urza. She had barely started when tears began streaming down her face. All of a sudden, panic gripped me. I was used to seeing that woman standing at a lectern, imparting knowledge with her engaging presence. I had never seen her like this, so alone, vulnerable, and helpless. Alright, well, since I know you as Rafnar, I guess I'll just stick with Rafnar. Though other people might get confused when they see me talking to False Hope as Rafnar. It's fine. Finally, I snapped out of my work preoccupations and travel fatigue. Reality hit me hard at that moment. Urza was gone. Yes, Urza was gone. Yet unknown to everyone, a woman who would erase her past identity to become Milan Sharma and eventually Director Pi at Yggdrasil was watching her own memorial with a cold smile on her face. Milan Sharma, that's not I don't remember her saying that name. And there's the old hag. They're actually both old hags. I don't know how freaking old Tao is. She's the oldest, but Pai's also a hag. Are you done? You exploited your influence to secure half an hour with me before my execution, just to dredge up these trivial old tales. Honestly speaking, it would have been kind of cool if, like, when they showed Pi, it was, like, strapped to a chair or something. I think you might have grown senile, Tao. You should be happy for Urza that she died at 26, with mathematician and engineer Urza Dawi engraved on her tombstone. As for me, thanks to you, my epitaph will merely read criminal against human civilization. There won't even be a name. Well, you are a criminal against human civilization. I don't know why she's complaining. She brought this upon herself. You've won, Tao. Say whatever you want and do whatever you please. You and those outside with their guns ready can treat me as a target or a sacrifice. It makes no difference to me. She's definitely better. I can even play along with your drama if you want. What do you want me to say before my execution? Should I curse you all like a bitter ghost of a woman, or weep and beg for forgiveness? That's definitely the bitterness of a loser. Cat go. He was here. He's either under the bed or he is in the living room. I'm not sure where yet. Sorry, I didn't mean to destroy humanity. Man, Pi is crazy. Pi laughed uncontrollably, with tears distinctly visible to Tao at the corner of her eyes. New Hentiro. What? I'll make sure your ashes are returned to New Hentiro. Miss Tao, visiting time is nearly up. So they're legit going to execute her. An impatient voice called from outside, prompting Tao to withhold her. Oh, my cat's right here. Here he is. Look at this guy. He's here. Buddy? Tin Can! Hi! I didn't see you pop in. Welcome. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can get him up here. No luck. Hang on. There we go. Cat stream. At least for a little while. He'll stick around for like a minute or two and then he'll head off. To like wherever it is he likes to go. But yes. Brief cat brief cat stream. Let's go. I don't know if you saw in Can, but I forgot the day. I thought it was Tuesday. It's Thursday. An impatient voice called from outside, prompting Tao to withhold her next words. Those words concerned Kalpana and Ganges, but had nothing to do with Urza, and there he goes. He's off again, probably to cackle at birds. Oh, you were there for that. My embarrassing one. Every so often, I actually do. I forget what day it is. I think a part of it is just ADHD. I've been told countless times by my doctors that because I have ADHD, yeah, bad memories. Bad memory issues, I mean. But also, I think because I work remotely, I'm not on like a set schedule or set day. So I can work whenever. But this also means that because I can work whenever and I don't have to do anything specific at any period of time, I just stop I stop keeping track of like my work days or my days. Oh, you might get it then. Working the night shift. So working the night shift and you go to school. So that's like that's like double it. At that point, you might as well not even bother paying attention to what day it is. You just gotta know when to show up, and whether you're showing up to work or school. It turned out she was only human, not entirely devoid of emotion. Tao slowly stood up, casting one final glance at Pai, whose face flickered with mixed emotions, before turning toward the door. Wait! Oh, what's Pai gotta say now? Behind her, Pai strained against the restraining straps, managing only a slight lean forward, despite her best efforts. To hell with your pity! Oh, wow. But listen to me. You have to hear me out. What she gotta say? I can tell you more. Things about Etta, about Rosen. Tao, please, go tell the people outside and let me, at least my consciousness. That's no longer necessary. Ooh, snap. Pai clearly saw Tao's shoulders tremble slightly, but she did not turn back. The stoical acceptance of death is a privilege for only a selected few of the aged. I suggest you embrace it, Miss Sharma. Ooh, snap. It won't be long before I join you. Oh, double snap! The heavy iron door cracked open briefly, then shut swiftly, sealing Pai, her maniacal laughter, and all her bitterness and defiance inside the cramped cell. Oh, damn. You're really Paimon? If you're really Paimon, that means you're emergency food. I'm sorry. You're basically just there to satiate my hunger if at any point in time I don't have enough to eat. Right, we got... Who should we bring to this? Definitely her. My two favorite. Oh, the character Pai. Okay. I mean, this applies to Pai too. If Pai is actually Paimon, she's still emergency food.
By this spiritual slip, fortune's favor is assured.
Alright. You know what? It's been a while since I've played Changxing, so let's give this a try.
Objective complete. What is it? Precisely as the
Moving
simulation
turrets.
dictated.
My princess! What are you doing running out on your own again?
Our Shuazhou delegation is trapped. As princess, I cannot simply stand by and do nothing. With
Princess
this aircraft,
Felicity.
I shall make these scoundrels feel... Go on, go on! Don't tell me you forgot the line! Feel the graceful might of the people of Shuazhou! Oh. Excellent. Sound team, remember to trim off the sigh at the end in post.
Oh my god. Poor she. Poor.
Fortune favors us.
I feel so bad for her. She gotta be super embarrassed saying those lines. Poor Chang Xing. Where are the enemies?
Stay vigilant.
Oh, and there's stuff up there too.
Objective complete. Precisely as the simulation dictated.
What simulation? So I'm wondering how this scene is led from the previous one. Oh, there they are. Because I remember the last part of this movie, the adjutant, Fritia, and Agave had what are we doing? There. They had all stolen a diamond. So how did stealing the diamond lead to this? Because they seem completely unrelated to me. Assuming enemies are going to show up here. That seems like a good place to appear. Yep. Oh, dang! And it's like an explosive.
This shall conclude shortly. Stay vigilant. Objective complete. Precisely as the simulation dictated.
Yes, precisely as the simulation dictated.
Fortune
Bum
favors
bum
us.
bum 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 bum. Any more enemies? I don't see anybody. Oh, yep, there they are. No, wait. Thought I saw some. Oh, there they are.
Stay vigilant.
Boom,
This
boom,
shall
boom, boom.
conclude shortly.
Drinking black coffee still makes me realize I really need to buy some creamer again. Can I shoot the whale? No, I cannot shoot the whale.
Stay vigilant. Fortune favors us. Most of the enemies have been vanquished. Yes, this shall make things easier for my midnight night.
Cut! Actors reset. Let's do
My
the scene again.
midnight night. Oh
Do it
dear.
again.
Poor Chang Xing. She just couldn't infuse enough emotion into her words. Uh-oh! Oh.
That was beneath the threshold of documentation.
Good job. Oh, it's Dr. Ignis, so we're back. Hey, wake up! A sudden pressure on my stomach jolted me awake. As I opened my eyes, the first sight that greeted me was Ignis straddling me, mercilessly rubbing my face with her hands. I imagined Dai Anime would like this. Grab her wrists. After a brief moment of confusion, I snapped to full alertness. I swiftly grabbed her arms, halting her assault on my face. It's the middle of the night. Aren't you supposed to be sleeping? I was about to say asleep. Aren't you supposed to be sleeping? Oh, you're playing Wuthering Waves? That's a good one. I think they just updated for the next location, so I need to update that. Sleeping schmeeping. Something horrible just happened out there. And what was it? She wiggled, attempting to break free from my grip, but soon realized it was futile. Resigned, she stretched out her legs to activate the terminal screen with her toes. Wish they would have animated that. The sound of a new news broadcast instantly filled the room. Breaking news. Armed assailants initially spotted downtown have made their way to an outer island hotel. Authorities have sealed off all access roads, and residents are urged to steer clear of the area. Oh, this isn't a part of the movie, is it? Or maybe it is. No, I think it is. Maybe. Officials confirmed that 98 individuals, including locals, tourists, and a trade delegation from Shuozhou, are currently being held hostage inside the hotel. The government of Shuozhou has made formal inquiries to Kuru authorities regarding action. A hostage situation? Every so often words show up and I can't pronounce them even though I know how they are pronounced. Now I understand why Ignis woke me up in the middle of the night. Who are these people? Not sure yet. They have their faces covered, so I can't pull up any citizen records. How are the police handling it? The kidnappers have planted bombs around the hotel. The police are being cautious and are currently in negotiations with them. Large in number, armed, and possessing explosives. These were no ordinary criminals. Ignis, we must ensure the hostage's safety. We can't afford to be reckless this time. While the police are stalling, let's make a plan. But... Ignis interrupted me, looking troubled, pointing toward the ongoing news broadcast. What I would like, damn, it's ice? What? Ice. Diane, what's ice? I just saw Felicity on the news. Felicity? She's part of... Oh, okay, yes. So this is all part of the movie. She's a part of that delegation? Although it had been 3 years since I last saw her, the image of the girl from Shuozhou sprang to my mind. Clad in cyan, her hair white as snow. A princess, but with the demeanor of a spoiled child. I shot up from the bed and shook Agave awake, who had been deeply asleep beside me. Yes, despite the noise Ignis and I made just now, Agave remained deep in slumber. Because of course she is. Yep, cut. Okay, that's the opening of Act 2. So it's all still part of the movie. Ah, the newly introduced Shuozhou character. Felicity was met by the Midnight Knight during his early year travels across the continent. The knight saved her life once, and she has harbored a secret affection for him ever since. Of course she did. Oh, are you talking about... You're talking about real life. Not Wuthering Waves, I'm assuming. It's hard for me to jump from one topic to the next. As the knight and Agave set off for the hotel, Felicity also made her move, clearing out the enemies lurking in the vicinity of the hotel to make their path easier. After the shooting, Agave excitedly reviewed the footage, picking out different shots of me from multiple cameras, apparently aiming to select the best take. Miss Changxing, when you portray Princess Felicity, you should appear cooler and more dashing. That's how the audience pictures a heroine from Shuozhou. Changxing looks completely and utterly unamused. Agave, I think you have some misconceptions about filmmaking. And about Shuozhou. Actually, quite a few. Huh? Do I? First off, Shuozhou no longer uses the title princess. Oh, that's no big deal. How about Infanta? Archduchess? Sounds nice too. Not the point. Changxing simply spread out Agave's script, pointing to a part of the plot with a delicate finger. This screen shows Felicity breaking through a siege using Shuozhou martial arts, but in reality, even a martial arts master couldn't jump 10 stories high or dodge bullets with such agility. Huh? But Miss Changxing, you can do all that, can't you? Yeah, 'cause she's a manifestation. Is Agave a moron? Changxing seems to be having an intense internal conflict. Then what about this part? After being rescued by the knight, Felicity's first words are, I'm in the mood for some steamed buns. I'm assuming that's an euphemism. It's the character, right? I did a lot of research and came up with this line. No, you did not. You horny degenerate. It appears I need to give you a cultural awareness lesson on Shuozhou culture today. Yes, you lecture her. Should we intervene or... I'm always nice. That anime, I'm always nice. I just wasn't sure if you were referring... I thought, like, because you were talking about Wuthering Waves. Oh, you're talking about Agave. I don't know. She doesn't seem all that bright. I don't mean this in a mean way. She just does not seem as bright as some of the other characters in this game. Also, she is legitimately a horny degenerate. Like, this is canon. I'm not insulting her. This is just who she is. Should we intervene or... While Changxing and Agave were fully occupied with a heated argument, Fritia and I quietly slipped out of the lounge. Just think of it as the two of them discussing art. Truth be told, if I had stayed, they would very much likely have demanded that I arbitrate, which would have made things even messier. Frankly, Professor Fritia also thinks there is something wrong with the little director's script. If even Fritia thinks so, then it must be true. Little director? You mean Agave? Well, besides Kuru and home, she hasn't been to other regions on the continent, so some stereotypes are expected. That's not my point. I mean, how could she cast me as your sister? I don't know, you seem pretty tiny. Huh? Half a step ahead of Fritia, I nearly stumbled when I heard her complaint. I turned back and saw the serious look on Fritia's face. If I'm cast as your sister, then the audience won't see me as one of the heroines. That's her concern. I can see through her little trick. She just wants to have you all to herself. That's probably true. What do you think, Adjutant? It's just acting. You're all equally important to me in my heart, of course. I had this feeling that Life and Fenny must have said something to the girls after returning to the company. Both Fritia and Chang Xing had become much more assertive than before. Excuse me. Oh, we got a newcomer. Who is this? Just as I was about to further make my case, an unfamiliar voice interrupted us from behind. Oh. It's some random girl. This is one of the NPCs. I've actually seen her several times now. I turned around to see a tall young woman. She seemed to be a college student. Her pale violet eyes intently studying my face. Oh dear, she recognized me, didn't she? Somehow, she looked familiar. Could I have your autograph? Oh dear. Right, I forgot. Adjutant's a star right now. Before the young woman could finish her sentence, she magically produced a small notebook with a pen attached, took a quick bow, and presented the notebook to me with both hands. The movie hasn't even aired yet, and you're already a big star? No, that's not entirely wrong. I think the reason he's a star, though, is because of what he's been doing in New Hentiro. In fact, since New Hentiro had been shut off from the rest of the world, news of our filmmaking spread quickly through the city. Many locals volunteered to help after they heard the news, and that was how we got most of our crew. Over the previous few days, numerous citizens had gathered around the set, curious to catch a glimpse of what Akabe described as a superhero romance comedy. Wild genre. Reflecting on this, I took the young woman's notebook, signed it, and handed it back to her. Thank you so much! What a nice girl. How cute. Her face lit up as she clutched the notebook to her chest, as if it were a precious treasure. After another quick bow, she turned and scampered off. Let's go. I turned back to Fritia, only to find her looking puzzled, tilting her head as if contemplating something. That doesn't sound good. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just, you seem really relaxed right now. If we were in the containment zone, you'd certainly be verifying that girl's background and intentions, wouldn't you? Well, I don't really think that's necessary. Though I dismissed her hypothesis, I indeed had my reasons to be less vigilant here. But now wasn't the time to share that with Fritia. I shook my head and we continued on our way. After leaving the hotel, Fritia and I stumbled upon a street famous for its snacks, where we tried a Kuru specialty cold drink. Oh, may. Although it appeared to be a bizarre mix of various flavors, it was surprisingly tasty. We each grabbed 2 cups and headed back to the lounge, where Agave and Changxing are still arguing. Adjutant! Nope, they want the adjutant. As soon as we stepped in, both Changxing and Agave, who were seated on opposite sides of the room, stood up and looked at me expectantly. I know what they expect from the adjutant. There you are, adjutant. Where did you guys go? Preeti and I went to grab some cold drinks for the two of you. I sadly exchanged a knowing look with Fritia, who quickly understood and nodded in agreement. Well then. Agave's eyes darted between the 2 drinks in my hand, finally settling on the one from which I had already taken a few sips. Of course she snatches that one up. Before I could react, she snatched the drink from my hand. Almost at the same time, the other drink was commandeered by Changxing, who had also been plotting her move. They were both after the cup the adjutant drank from. These girls are crazy. They're crazy. as Agave triumphantly took a big gulp from her drink. Changxing, having missed out, looked on the verge of an outburst. I quickly reacted to diffuse the tension between them. What is he gonna do? Okay, he's just changing the subject. How's the script discussion going? Initially, I thought Miss Agave was simply lacking some basic knowledge, but after our talk I realized that she's a moron. It's not about knowledge. Her taste, logic, and artistic instinct all seem painfully misguided. I think Miss Changxing is completely out of touch with modern trends and doesn't understand the cinematic classics of the early century. She's practically living in a time without movies. You know, both are probably true to an extent. I can't see Changxing being really much of a moviegoer, but it's very obvious that Agave has weird taste. You have to trust me, Adjutant. I am a professional director. Since when? Suddenly, Agave hugged my entire left arm, her warmth seeping through. Oh, don't annoy Changxing. Adjutant, certainly I am known as the Observer for a reason. I assure you that my observations are accurate. Great. My right hand was gently but firmly grasped and placed into Changxing's cool palm. Adjutant, don't just stand there. Fritia, shut your mouth. Behind me, Fritia pretended to be serious while sneakily leaning her head against my back. It should have been me, not him. I mean, poor Adjutant. That's gotta be so rough. It appeared that their differences were too deep to be resolved through mere conversations. Looking at the rolled-up script that had obviously been used as a makeshift weapon, an idea suddenly struck me. If I remember correctly, the next scene is where Agave and I approached the hotel to defuse the bomb. Bomb, right? Exactly. After all, Agent Agave isn't just good at fighting. She's also an expert in lockpicking, bomb defusing, interrogation, and more. Plus, defusing bombs is one of the most classic scenes in... I raised my hand to stop her enthusiastic spiel. How about you two switch jobs for the next scene? I mean, let Changxing direct, so you both can see things from each other's perspective. How does that sound? Oh, Agave didn't seem to like that. Let her direct? Yes. That's a great idea. I admire your wisdom, Adjutant. Before Agave could protest, Changxing readily accepted the proposal. It's a fair proposal, and it came from the Adjutant. Miss Agave, surely you wouldn't refuse, would you? Oh man, putting the girl on the spot. Agave's gaze shifted between Changxi and me, finally letting out a sigh. If the Adjutant insists and it's only for one scene, I guess it's fine. In that case, I'll leave Kaede in your care for the time being. Is that her camera? Who's Kaede? Her camera? Along with Changxing, Fritia, and I also shot Agave a puzzled look. Oh. Huh. You didn't know? Kaede is our script supervisor. She's been shadowing me on set. Haven't you guys noticed? No. Who the hell is this? Now that she mentioned it. Back when Agave was clinging to me in the museum. Oh. Time, scene number, shot, framing. Is this the same girl? The one that just asked for our autograph? No, that's probably just a reusable model, I guess. When they were arguing over Shuozhou after filming Changxing's scene. Lines, files, notes, so that's all Kaede. Isn't she the girl Fritia and I just ran into in the hall? So it is her! Snap! She sure knows how to melt into the background. Yes, she does. Holy snap. The Adjutant and I saved Kaede from an accident recently. She's studying film in university, and she volunteered as soon as she heard we were making a movie. No wonder she seemed familiar. Anyway, Miss Changxing, if you have any questions, feel free to ask Kaede. After all, she's been shadowing me, which makes her more professional than most amateurs. Oh, I think she just called Changxing an amateur. Noted. Good job. Don't rise to her provocation. Amid the palpable tension between the two, the filming continued. Man. Alright, we got quite a bit more, actually. So after this, we will have 14 more parts.
Commence with the mission according to the plan. Miss Felicity said that she discovered a number of bombs around the hotel. While
So
she's
we
up
gotta
there
do the bombs.
distracting the enemy, let's deal with these bombs.
You said the wrong word. The line is diffuse, not deal with.
Open it and have a look. Copy that, Miss Director. I'll keep this safe for you.
Good job, Miss Director. Alright, let's keep going.
Freeze! Next up, behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind.
She definitely gives me Kafka vibes right there. Alright, that's 2 bombs defused. Suppose we could attack that, but I don't think that's the purpose here. So,
Next up, seriously?
ow.
I'll keep this safe for you. I'll wrap this up. Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind. Open it and have a look?
No, that's a bomb. You don't open it.
How many bombs did they place around here? Next
You need to say your line faster. Give us that sense of urgency about defusing the bombs.
along with the bullet.
If that wasn't good enough, let's run it back.
This woman, she's doing it out of spite. I'll
Uh-oh.
keep this safe for you.
There we go. I wonder, I don't think Changxing would do something out of spite, but maybe. They don't seem to like each other very much.
Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind. Next up, seriously?
Eh. And, yep, there's still electricity over there, so we gotta find where they plug that in. Down there. Yep. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me
Open it and
twice,
have a
shame on
look.
me.
Finally, we made it to the last one. Next time.
Inspect the
I will
final
skip.
bomb. Uh-oh. Did I lose?
Hey! Want another round?
No, I did not. I thought there was one more bomb, though. Over here, my knight. Having defeated the last wave of enemies, Agave and I, her hand grasping mine, strode toward the hotel entrance, where the last bomb was planted. Oh, here's the villain. And it's Modak. As we approached the entrance, a burly figure emerged from the nearby shrubbery. Not so fast, I mean Midnight Knight. Midnight Knight's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What kind of name is that? With a boastful flourish, the man swung his mechanical arm, its joints clacking ominously in the moonlight. Finally, his face came into clear view. You're one of the 4 giants of the nefarious Jotunheim Syndicate, and that old crook, Better's personal bodyguard, Das Iron Hand. So you're the orchestrator behind all this. Okay. So in Better, what Better was a guy who was originally going to get the Tears of the Welkin, which was like a giant diamond that we stole. So I'm seeing how it all connects now. Well, since you've recognized me, I'll cut to the chase. No, I didn't expect Modak to fit the villain role so perfectly. Honestly, I could kind of see it. Here to hear a secret, Knight? The bomb behind me isn't like those other little toys you've disarmed. If it goes off, not only this hotel, but the entire island it's built on will be reduced to rubble. It's a masterpiece from the hand of Mr. Better himself. Not something you can easily disarm manually. There's no way to stop it unless Mr. Better himself deactivates it remotely. What do you want? Oh, it's a very simple request, actually. Why don't you look up? I certainly didn't intend to follow his instructions. Firstly, I couldn't be sure he wouldn't attack while I was distracted. Secondly, I'd already figured out what he wanted me to see. Ever since the standoff began, there had been numerous drones buzzing above, operated by various media outlets, capturing every angle of the ongoing drama. I know there are many cameras up there. What's your point? We just want one simple thing. Take off your glasses and reveal to everyone in the city who the knight behind the shades really is. You can't just ask a man to take off his glasses. That's like asking Superman to take off his glasses. How despicable. Over my dead body, you tell him, Agave. What's the matter, young lady? Is it because you know very well that there's no difference between us? We're all thorns in the side of those in power. He was right. Although Agave, Ignis, and I had been combating crime in the city, our very existence had essentially been a defiance in the city's judicial system. You were vigilantes, so like Batman. Like a certain caped crusader. Agave's self-proclaimed title, Shadow Agave, was actually accurate in some sense. She possessed a superpower to drastically alter her appearance, which she did on every mission to make herself unrecognizable. Agave explained that this effect would be added in post-production. But unlike her, the moment I removed my glasses, my true identity would be exposed, putting me directly in the crosshairs of both the police and criminals. What are you waiting for, hero? Is keeping your identity secret more important than saving all these lives here? A bead of cold sweat trickled down my forehead, coursing along my temple to my chin. Suddenly, the world around me quieted. The incessant buzz of the drones, Da's Iron Hand's derisive laugh, and Agave's labored breathing all seemed to fade away. This challenge was unlike any I had faced before. The enemy had cunningly set a trap from the start, using the lives of hundreds as bait to lure me into a deadly moral dilemma. Is it really that hard of a moral dilemma? Dude, just take off your fucking glasses at this point. I had to save them. That was the very reason I became the Midnight Knight. Even if the cost was... I hesitantly reached for my sunglasses, and the hovering drones instantly surged closer, scrambling to capture the moment. Suddenly, I felt Agave place her hand on mine. Was she trying to stop me? Oh wait, there was more. Her index finger quickly traced a symbol on the back of my hand. She just drew a triangle. It was our secret signal for attack. In less than a heartbeat, I lunged forward, surprising Da's Iron Hand, who was expecting a gunfight rather than hand-to-hand combat. He was caught off guard and easily knocked down. Following closely, Agave pulled out a dagger as I floored Daz. With a swift strike, the vain enemy was silenced by her forever. That was melodramatic and anticlimactic. What do we do about the bomb? Agave opened her mouth, but I didn't hear anything. It wasn't until she stepped closer and lightly slapped my face that my hearing snapped back. Why do you always lose your hearing in these stressful, critical moments, my knight? How weird. Huh? How do you know? How long have we fought alongside each other? It'd be strange if I hadn't noticed. Ignis just told me over the comms that she's jamming the signal in this area to prevent remote detonation of the bomb. We're clear to go all out with it. Oh, good. I see. No wonder the drones had suddenly fallen from the sky like drunken flies. You know you can rely on me more, my knight. She smiled and reached out to me. Come on, let's go take care of that last bomb. This feels way too easy. Where are the stakes? Ah? As we approached the bomb, I felt Agave's grip on my hand suddenly tighten as if she had spotted something unexpected. It looks like regular TNT. This bomb. Seeing her alarm, I quickly followed her gaze. The bomb was encased in a glass box, its timer ticking down relentlessly. But the unusual part was that the bomb looked nothing more like the carefully crafted props we had dealt with before. It looked more like a hastily assembled contraption. That explained Agave's ashen face. The bomb wasn't one of her props, so this is a real bomb? Without wasting any time on confirmations, I quickly knelt down and opened the lid of the glass box. Only 30 seconds remained on the bomb's timer. The rest of the crew is some distance away. If I tell everyone to run now, we should be able to escape the blast radius. There are still tons of people inside the hotel. I have to defuse it. So, during the filming, someone switched out a prop bomb for a real bomb? Is this a red wire, blue wire thing? The bomb had a simple design, which was both good and bad news. If I cut the right wire, I could neutralize it instantly. But if I cut the other... Everyone get back! We're at 5 seconds. I bellowed, ensuring the crew kept their distance, then refocused on the bomb. Agave, give me your dagger. We're gonna cut them both, right? Eyes fixed on the bomb. I reached back for Agave, but received no response. Agave? Her voice trembled. Just as I was about to turn to look at her, I felt the heavy weight of the dagger in my hand. Along with it came Agave's hand, cold and clammy with sweat. Grasping her hand, we together moved the dagger toward the bomb. Which color do you prefer? No, I can't look. Right. Better not put that kind of pressure on her. I'm assuming it doesn't matter whether we cut the yellow wire or the green wire. It's all gonna go down the same way, so we're just gonna cut the yellow wire. For a moment, I thought I heard the ticking of a clock, but I quickly dismissed the thought. The bomb clearly had a digital timer. With a flick of my wrist, the chosen wire snapped. Yet the countdown did not stop. So we're gonna throw it. In a flash, a tremendous force knocked me to the ground. But it wasn't the bomb. It was Agave. Before anything could happen, she tackled me down, shielding me beneath her, her hands firmly covering my ears. With our faces nearly touching, I could see her trembling eyelashes and feel our breaths mingling. Then followed a prolonged silence. It was only when distant shouts from Fritia and Changxing reached us that I gently nudged Agave's head aside and propped myself up to check on the bomb. The expected explosion didn't occur, nor did the bomb transform into a confetti spraying surprise box. It simply laid there quietly in its glass casing, as if mocking our overreaction. Huh. So... false alarm? So it was never actually going to explode? Yeah, I'm a little confused. 5 minutes later, Agave, Changxing, Fritia, and I gathered around the bomb, our expressions grim. Yep, I've checked it out. It's technically a real bomb, but these wires, they're not connected to anything. It's essentially just a clock strapped to a bomb. Strange. Who would do something like this? A moron? Doesn't matter who did it. What matters is that someone is actively threatening the adjutant. Oh, she seems mad. Given the situation, I suggest we halt filming and find another method to overwrite the malicious data. Hold on. No one else knows about the bomb, right? They all think it was another one of Agave's classic improvisations. I apologize for yawning so much, you guys. And let's keep this under wraps and continue with the filming. I don't think it's wise to take such risks, Adjutant. After all, making this movie isn't essential. Isn't it, though? I smiled at her and casually picked up the bomb, weighing it in my hand. I have to wonder why someone would place a bomb that won't explode. Intimidation. Agave, who had been silent for a while, looked up and slowly spoke her piece. They aimed to halt the filming without causing a serious disturbance, hence the dummy bomb. But how would they know about our plan to use the film to overwrite the malicious data? I don't know. Huh? It's precisely because we know nothing about the mastermind behind all this, or their true intentions, that we must continue production. We'll draw them out into making more moves, forcing their hand until they have no choice but to reveal themselves. Smart. I see. Changxing, under normal circumstances, I would have expected you to think of this as well. Don't let your concern for my safety cloud your judgment. Stay calm. Yes, Adjutant. I'll go check on the crew. It seems Changxing's getting a little worked up. I'll go take care of this bomb then. And need to use the restroom. Wait, did she almost pee herself? Somehow, each of the three found a reason to head off in different directions. I'm gonna follow Chang Xing. Producer, do you still need us for the next shot? Yes. Have your props ready and stand by. Good job, producer. Miss Producer, it looks like we're short on equipment for the rain scene. Rain scene? I've already sent the necessary items. They should be here soon. Man, she is very reliable. Miss Felicity, have you seen Director Agave? I can't find her anywhere. She's in the restroom. And my name is Chang Xing, not Felicity. Wow, you're really busy. It's my job, Adjutant. Agave has a talent for filmmaking, but struggles with crew management. Nevertheless, someone has to handle all the behind-the-scene work. Suddenly, Chang Xing blushed. Anyway, I'll handle the logistics, Adjutant. I'm quite adept at that. I knew you'd be here. I pushed open the door to the lounge, allowing a stream of light from the corridor to spill inside. Is it going to be Agave? Yep. Agave was perched on a stool, hugging her knees and staring blankly at the floor. Surprised by my entrance, she squinted up at me. So, you like hanging out in dimly lit rooms, huh? Almost messed it all up again. Again? I didn't even realize the bomb wasn't a prop, and I foolishly led you straight to it. That is a problem. Why are you so frightened? Ugh! Why am I frightened? It was a bomb! Even for a manifestation in an exosuit, an explosion that close would have caused severe injuries or even... But it's just a movie, isn't it? But at that moment, the filming had already... She suddenly fell silent. Right, it's just a movie. She repeated those words under her breath a few more times, as if trying to convince herself. Moments later, she jumped off the stool and briskly approached me, her composure evidently restored. Adjutant, I figured out the perfect location for our next scene. Aren't we supposed to move to the next scene after that line? What are you thinking? Seriously. That's it for the bomb defusal. What about the escape? And what happens to Felicity? You have skipped all that. Well, the audience won't care about those unimportant details. A few clever cuts, a montage, and some subtitles will cover them. What really matters is our two-star adventure. It's 2 stars adventure and their emotional journey. Oh, she really does just want the adjutant to herself. There seemed to be some truth to her words. Just a heads up, Mr. Adjutant. The next scene is quite demanding action-wise. Too bad I can't simulate it with my high polymer thread for you right now. This doesn't sound good. Don't worry. I'll do my best to keep pace with you. And she looks like a degenerate there again. She's got hearts in her eyes and everything. Before I knew it, she was throwing herself at me, giggling. Again. Wow. Kind of long. Oh, and there's a lot of this. So it's basically one mission followed by one game. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm actually having trouble staying awake, so give me a sec here. We're going to take a quick cat break. I'm going to bring you guys over to my cat. Make sure he's where I think he is first. He's there. Cat stream, you guys. So, very brief cat stream. Also, I just got a call from insurance. So, I don't know how many of you know, but my car was stolen a little while ago. I filed a police report, and then I filed an insurance claim. They just called me to let me know that they haven't found anything on their end. So, like, essentially, if the police report goes through and they're like, yeah, this thing was stolen, we're not going to be able to recover it, insurance will pay me what the car is worth so that I can buy a new car. But it's been 7 days. The police report has not logged it as completely stolen yet, so they're still looking. Insurance hasn't found it. I've got no idea what's going on. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen at this point. So, but they gave me a call to give me an update on that, which is essentially we've got nothing. And at this point, we're just waiting. So I think what will happen is if they haven't found my car by December, they're gonna give me back the money. And I think that's the wrong... Is that the wrong stream? No, that's the right stream. Excuse me. So that's what's happening. So I don't know if you could actually see me on the phone when I was over by the cat, but that's what that was about. We're actually lucky they called me during that little cat stream break. What's going on here? Is this still the movie? Yes, it is still the movie. Yeah, that's weird. I don't understand. Alright, we're gonna have to... Are we gonna have to do some jumps? Yes, we are. Okay. 1.
My knight.
2.
I'm okay. Also, you're touching the wrong arm. It's my left one that is injured. But more importantly, we need to move from this location. Fast.
You're touching the wrong arm, but more importantly, we should move. There we go.
Get ready for the next act.
That was rough.
If Ignis was
Ow!
she'd be able to crack these mechanisms in an instant. I'll wrap it. Felicity would be better at dealing with the emergency situations like this.
Ow.
Sorry. I shouldn't be negative at a time like this. We'll get you out of here safely, my knight. Big 5.
So where are we going?
I'll keep this safe for you.
Headshots.
Hey, hit! Next up. Seriously? Behold, you're about to witness something
Right,
one of a kind.
behold. So that didn't actually do squat.
Hey, hit! Next up. Seriously?
Oh, he's still alive.
Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind. I'll keep this safe for you. Just a minor injury. I'm fine. Hey, hit!
Uh-oh. Oh, 1. Oh, damn. Okay, so... Speed through this? Nope. We're not gonna skip. Oh, I see. So we're gonna wait. No. Uh-oh. That was stupid. Ah. Platformers are my bane. Ah! Oh, whoopsies. I accidentally skipped it. Snap. Whatever. I don't care.
You came just in time.
Strong enemy. Where? Oh, there they are.
Hey! Next up. Seriously? Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind.
Now, I didn't actually want to skip, but I guess I don't have a choice at this point.
Next up. Seriously?
I'm assuming that some of the platforms were fake and others were real, and you had to find the right one, is my guess.
Next up, some alone time. Just the two of us.
That's how you know she's a perv. That was the actions of a degenerate right there. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. Like, the moment that I tried the other platform and I realized, oh, I'm falling down again. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Some of these are fake and some of these are real. Rain streamed from the somber sky. Its crisp clash with the puddles on the ground, creating a symphony of splatters. Alone, I sought refuge in a deserted alley. From the bustling street, just a few meters away, came the incessant wail of sirens and shouts, almost drowning out the rainfall. I had never liked rainy days. The relentless patter would scramble my focus and cloud my sense of the enemy's location and movements. So, realistically speaking, I actually love rain. It started raining recently to the past few days, and it's been really nice. Just like this moment, lost in my thoughts, when a sudden blaze of flashlight exposed me, stark against the shadows. In the next heartbeat, the cold muzzle of a gun pressed against my forehead. End of the line, criminal. Who's this? Whoa! Startled awake, my body jerked upright, my head thudding against something. Nice. Yeah, no, rain is nice, especially what I really like is after the rain, where you have the scent of petrichor and the weather is nice and cool. Except during summer. During summer after rain sucks because it's humid. But right now, because it's winter and it's actually cooler, immediately after the rain happens, like, we just have this really cool humid temperature, which I think is perfect. Plus, everything just smells better. I feel like the rain kind of washes away the pungent scent of humanity. Startled awake. Oh, right. I already read that. Disoriented for a moment, I realized I was lying in Agave's lap. Seems like a good place to be. Are you okay, my knight? Did you have a nightmare? Attempting to reply, my voice rasped, my throat raw, as if slashed by blades. Nose is itchy. Just lie back down. Don't push yourself. You're still running a high fever. Did I get sick? When did that happen? Flat on my back, with only a slice of sky in my view. I couldn't see her face, but the tone of her voice painted a clear picture of concern. You know, I'd imagine the reason I couldn't see her face is because something is in the way. Two somethings. Things had really taken a turn for the worst. Ever since the hostage incident, I had made enemies with Jotunheim, the notorious crime syndicate. I had braced for their vengeance, yet I didn't expect it to come so soon. Due to unknown reasons, we don't get fire. Yep. That sounds about right. When I assume, to be honest, like, I'm not, like, super, conspiracy theorist, but I do think, like, all of the, weather pattern changes that are happening globally is probably a result of global warming and all that. So you're probably not getting, we're not getting as much rain here either, to be the amount of rain we get is minuscule compared to what we used to get. Like, summer in Arizona used to be called monsoon season because we'd get, like, thunderstorms and rainstorms a lot more. And now we get, like, nothing. So, Cali, I'd imagine, would get more rain since you are on the coast. But I guess for whatever reason, you guys haven't been getting a lot. And because you haven't been getting a lot, Arizona's been getting even less. Late last night, our secret base was attacked. We were caught completely off guard. During the chaos, I took 2 bullets while covering Ignis's escape. Ah, okay. I mean, I think if you need sarcasm, just put quotes in there to convey it. But yes, no, okay. So when I think the issue with the weather is less that you guys are right next to water and more that, you know, rain is made specifically. There's a very specific reactions that need to happen in order to get, like, rain. So I remember learning about it a long ass time ago in high school, and I completely forgot exactly how rain is formed. I know it comes from, like, molecules in the air gathering to form clouds, but I don't know the exact process. But I'm assuming that process is just not happening anymore for, you know, global warming reasons. So I don't know how we'd fix that either, but it is a serious problem. We're actually having water shortages in Arizona. So, like, I've been very careful about, you know, how much water I use to bathe. I'm no longer taking 2 baths. I used to take 2 baths a day, now I just take 1 at night because I'm trying to do my part to conserve water. Hail and tornadoes. In I didn't know. Well, so I know hail would be a thing, but I didn't know Cali got tornadoes. Maybe it's depending on the parts where you go. Like, I used to live in San Diego, so South Cal, SoCal. I've never really been up to North Cal. I've been to, was it Telluride? I think Telluride is in California. Telluride in California? Telluride. I think that's California. Telluride. I think that's North California. No, that's Colorado. Yeah, that's Colorado. Where? Lake Tahoe? Maybe Lake Tahoe? Lake Tahoe. Is that California? Where is it that I take? No, Nevada. Yeah, Nevada and California. So I think this was the farthest north I've ever gone was Lake Tahoe, which is still like, yeah, that could be considered North Cal right there. I've never gone past this point though, so all this area up here I've never been there. I've never been to Sacramento either. I've been to San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Cruz, Monterey. Los Angeles is generally where I stick to whenever I go to California, just because that's where Anime Expo happens. And then San Diego over here is where my grandparents live, or my grandma. My grandfather died a while back, so my grandma lives alone, but she lives in San Diego. So, you know, whenever I go, I will visit my grandma for like a day or two. So, but this is where generally where I stay. It's right around here. Anyway, that's the farthest north I've been was Lake Tahoe. I wonder how good the water recycling is, because I don't think we're getting enough. Evading our relentless pursuers, Agave and I ducked into the shelters of this rainforest, finally shaking our enemy for a moment. Later, my wounds became infected, causing a high fever that plunged me into a deep slumber. How long has it been? Let me check. About 11 hours since we holed up in this cave, so we're in a cave. 11 hours. Wonder how Ignis is doing. With no food or water, and these grave wounds compounded by a high fever, can we really make it out alive? Seems like you've hit a rough patch. Is this an enemy or an ally? Who's there? Agave and I turned toward the source of the voice, only to find a strangely dressed girl who seemed to have materialized in a nearby clearing. Oh, Nozomi, so what is she? What's her role in this? Show some respect, humans. Is she a fairy? What is she? Despite her sharp words, she didn't look angry. With a casual tap of her feet, she levitated off the ground. Yep, she's a fairy. Consider yourselves lucky. I am the fairy of this forest. I don't know why that's funny. She doesn't strike me as the fairy type, but okay. A fairy? Cut! Mr. Adjutant, you're not supposed to break character like that. Okay, so he was breaking character. Here to explain why a fairy would pop up in a superhero movie, Miss Director? I slapped my face gently a few times to try to stifle my laughter. And why did you choose her for such an absurdly whimsical role? She can't even change the expression on her face. That is really rude, Mr. Adjutant. But it's true. Professor Freetia here also thinks that was uncalled for. Even I can't take your side on this one, Mr. Adjutant. I said nothing wrong. But your writing and casting are what caused this. 3, Scene 1. Mr. Genu has made some harsh remarks about my older sister. They're related? This doesn't seem like something the script supervisor should note down. Wait, what did she just say? Kaede, did you just say Nozomi is your older sister? You didn't know, Mr. Adjutant? Kaede and I look so much. You look nothing alike. I guess your eyes are similar. Maybe. No, you and the eyes are slightly different. Nozomi's auxiliary projector quickly fluttered to Kaede's side, stabilizing on her shoulder as it projected Nozomi anew. Side by side, the resemblance was undeniable. Though somehow Nozomi seemed like the younger one, she does look a lot younger. I'm guessing it's because she's like a VTuber or projection or whatever. So, Nozomi is a transcendent who has digitized herself. And Kaede is a human? Or a bionic? No, I think she's a bionic. It occurred to me then. Nozomi wasn't born a transcendent. See, she certainly had an entire human family. Now that everything is clear, shall we continue shooting, Mr. Adjutant? You still haven't explained the fairy. Well, Agave resignedly pulled me aside. The thing is, Nozomi is a popular idol. People would love it if she made a cameo. So she's just there for the cameo appearance. So you roped a singer into acting just for the box office draw? You know, this is like when they get a big name movie actor to do like the stupidest movie on the face of the planet, just so they can say they got this famous actor. Well, it adds a special touch without disrupting the main storyline, so why not? Please just play along, Adjutant. She then nudged me back toward the set. Am I gonna laugh again? A fairy? That's right. I appear only to those pure of heart. You're quite fortunate. I shall bestow my blessing upon you, so we're pure of heart. There is absolutely no way in God's given earth that this woman is pure at all. Like, at all. With a graceful twirl, the fairy was enveloped by a shimmering halo of tiny lights that drifted down like fireflies onto our wounds. Holy fairy magic, super healing light wave. It's quite the name. As the luminescent particles absorbed into our injuries, they began to heal. This is ridiculous. I agree with the adjutant. This is the dumbest plot twist ever. How is this even... Huh? Agave looked up in astonishment, only to find that the fairy had vanished, leaving behind only a whisper echoing through the cave. Brave warriors, carry on with your battle. Why would a fairy even help us? With the fairy's aid, Agave and I were strong enough to leave our hiding spot and ventured deeper into the rainforest. The path we had taken here was undoubtedly now sealed off by the enemy, forcing us to traverse the dense jungle. It was the dead of night, and the sky continued its soft drizzle, shrouding the path ahead in darkness. On the plus side, however, this provided the perfect cover for our escape. My knight, do you think there might be lions or tigers lurking around here? And suddenly, Fenny's gonna make a cameo with that. With her health restored, Agave's voice regained its usual liveliness. No way. You've been living in the cities for years. Have you ever heard of large wild animals roaming around? What a pity. I am actually a certified beast tamer. What? Whoa, my knight, look! What's that bright thing up ahead? That's the sun. Have you been cooped up in that cave so long you've lost your senses? Ah. But you're right. If we can see the sunrise, it means the nighttime is almost over. In that case, we'd better hurry. Man, that fairy was like the biggest Deus Ex Machina to the entire movie. Once again, she seized my hand and charged forward without a second thought. Mr. Adjutant, I think we might have run too far. She's calling me Mr. Adjutant. Shouldn't it be my knight? Coming to my senses, I realized the crew was nowhere to be seen behind us. Oh, okay, so we're breaking character because the crew is gone. Honestly, was it really necessary to shoot this running scene? Absolutely. Why is she out of breath? She's a manifestation. She suddenly stopped and turned to me, her gaze intense as she casually wiped away the drool from her mouth. What? Here, no one can see what happens to you, Mr. Adjutant. Oh my god. Freaking degenerate. This woman's a perv. I actually like her. I think we need more pervs in this game. I walked right into that. Still caught up in my role as the Midnight Knight. I was completely caught off guard when Agave suddenly threw herself at me. You smell nice, Mr. Adjutant. I've never truly savored your scent before. It's quite addictive. I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, I do, but at the same time, like, what? Her hands wandered restlessly, tracing from my neck to my cheeks, and then through my hair. Finally, she gently removed my sunglasses, leaning close enough for me to see my own reflection in her eyes. Suddenly, she lifted her head beside my ear, with an uninhibited demeanor starkly different from her usual self. She whispered softly, her warm breath enveloping my earlobe. Why so tense? Does this mean instead of Mr. Adjutant, you'd actually prefer I call you my knight? This woman is crazy in a different way that everybody else is crazy. If your position as the adjutant requires maintaining a professional distance, then when you're Agave's one and only knight, I can do whatever I want with you, right? Why is she so forward? You are unbelievable. To be honest, I was not into role-playing. Or at least, I shouldn't have been. But if playing along could boost her morale, then perhaps some sacrifices would be worth it. I closed my eyes, allowing her weight to press increasingly against me, her subtle botanical scent eagerly invading my senses. She is, Cal. You know what? We really did. We needed at least one mega perv in our harem. This was necessary. Wait, what's that smell? Smell? It's probably my searching pheromones for you. Ah! Wow! My surging pheromones. Surging pheromones. Give me a moment. No. No, something's off. A sudden panic gripped me, and my body reacted instinctively, grabbing her shoulder with one hand and her smooth neck with the other. I abruptly pulled her close and sniffed. her. So I'm sniffing her now. Mr. Ashton, this is you. So you like it this way? Ah! So I'm sniffing her. What am I sniffing for? As she started to squirm under my grasp, I stopped. Who did your makeup today? Huh? I did, Mr. Adjutant. I always do my own makeup. It was impressive that she could snap out of that state so quickly. What about the makeup products? The makeup products... They're prepared by the crew. I released her. I knew it. It had to be someone from the crew. Mr. Adjutant, you are scaring me. What's going on? Someone has sabotaged your makeup. Sabotaged her makeup? I explained succinctly. Gently cradled her face and shook my head. Don't panic now. Listen. Take deep breaths and try to stay calm. She frowned deeply, but followed my instructions, taking several deep breaths. Only when the flush on her face began to fade did I start to relax. Oh. Your makeup shouldn't smell like this. It's the scent of a plant found here in Kuru called Oka. If I remember correctly, it's known for its potent sedative effects. Interestingly enough, there had been an exhibit featuring this plant and its properties at the museum, where we shot the first scene of the movie. Sedative? So it was supposed to knock her unconscious? Someone mixed this natural sedative into your makeup, knowing that it would volatilize as you sweat. Whoever did this must be familiar with your makeup routine and knew you'd be running in this scene. It's definitely someone from the crew. That can't be true. Unless somebody already knew about... It's a possibility, but I suspect it's the same mastermind behind the previous bombing incident, trying again to halt the movie's production. If you hadn't noticed... She clenched her fist in frustration, regret etched on her face, across her face. I shook my head and covered her fists in my hands. There's no point in dwelling on what might have happened. Like last time, we really need to stop the filming of this scene. Hop on. Hop on what? Obviously, I'm about to give you a piggyback ride. I feel like we've had this conversation before. I mean, you need to stay as still as possible. You need to stay still as much as you can to avoid sweating. You have a long way back. Hop on, I'll carry you. Oh. Blushing, she gently hopped onto my back. Though we simulated rain with water guns for the shoot, the biodome of New Hentiro would in fact never experience actual rain. Carrying Agave, I moved at a measured pace, the moonlight revealing our path ahead as the occasional chirps from the grass and treetops filled the silence. With this aura of romance, we resembled any typical couple in New Hentiro. Suddenly, I felt her face rub gently against my back, finally settling into a comfortable position. She seems happy. Her voice caused a slight vibration, resonating clearly through my spine. What's up? I was just thinking. Your back seems broader than last time. Last time, right? Because we actually saved her. She was there during the first descent where Emir descended to what is now known as Containment Zone Aleph. I had no memory of ever carrying her on my back. That's what I thought. It was during the Valkyrie Games that year. You were the one who rescued me. Unlike those two big stars, I was just an ordinary person in the disaster. I was all bloody and barely coherent. I even got some blood... I even got some blood of my blood on your clothes while you carried me on your back. After you put me down at the makeshift medical station, some of your subordinates even teased you about it. She recounted the details vividly, yet I had no memory of it. Right, because the adjutant's memory had been wiped. In the days following the descent, I was nearly sleepless, mechanically running around the venue to rescue civilians, while also coordinating evacuation and dispatching supplies. I had no time to even remember who I saved. It's always a little weird when he mentions the things he did, because we know he lost his he has no memories of that time. And I'm wondering if, like, the writers just forgot. Back then, I wanted to thank you, but I was a mess. My clothes were torn, and my face was all bloodied. I couldn't muster the courage to stop you and talk to you, so I ended up silently watching you walk away. So, in the original script of this scene, the Midnight Knight was supposed to save Agave at a critical moment. It would have given me a chance to thank you properly. Too bad this has all gone awry. She yawned widely, then quickly slapped her own cheeks, trying to stay awake. You can do it now if you want. I mean, you can thank me now if you want. Whatever feels right to you, I'm all ears. No need for formalities. Silence enveloped us once more. Just when I was beginning to worry if she had fallen asleep, a faint whisper came from behind me. Mr. Adjutant, I really like you. That's not quite a thank you. That is my way of thinking, is it? I thought we were gonna get some nice artwork, but nope. It took us another half hour to make our way back to the Productions base camp. I was not sure how to feel about this. It seemed the crew had assumed that Agave had taken the opportunity to whisk me away for a romantic escapade, and were indifferent to our sudden disappearance. Apart from Chang Xing's increasingly resentful stares, there was no noticeable reaction from the crew. I immediately helped Agave remove her makeup, meticulously cleaning her face and neck. She then announced to the crew that we would be skipping ahead in the script. For various reasons, we're moving straight to the final scene of Act 3, where Agave and the Midnight Knight finally make contact with Ignis, and as they leave the rainforest, they discover the enemy's stronghold and decide to infiltrate it. So we just stumble upon the enemy stronghold and infiltrate it? As expected, no one objected. Even Chang Xing had grown used to Agave's spontaneous style, and began coordinating the crew for the upcoming scene. I hope all of this will be worth it. Mr. Adjutant, let's get ready. Time is now against us, is it now? I guess so. Is that done? We are done. So we get to go on to an actual game scene now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not much longer. I think we can finish this before my stream ends.
Surprises! No surprises! An elevator, and looks like there are quite a few enemies on it.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
hope
be doing
they don't
some
have
more
a nasty
platforming.
habit of fighting on elevators.
We missed that one. We'll get this one though. Huh?
What's a turret doing here?
No
And what
idea.
was
Very
Fulano at that?
convenient.
To come. Finally, contacted. You guys. Ignis? I airdropped turret. Okay. We'll rendezvous with you two after clearing
Just
out
where?
the
How?
mess.
Just how did she get the turrets, anyways?
I'll keep this.
Alright, keep moving.
You came just in time. The dead end is yet to come. My knight. You jump, I jump, right?
Geronimo.
I'll wrap this up in no time. Seriously? Hey! I'll keep this safe for you.
Strong enemy. Oh.
Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind. Hey! Hit! Fade away, along with the bullet.
Oh, and that's it.
Next up, some alone time. Just the two of us.
That is a happy-looking adjutant plushie. With enough determination, people have the potential to display unimaginable strength. Thanks to the supplies airdropped by Ignis and Felicity, Agave and I pushed forward relentlessly. Lunchtime! Woo! What are we having for lunch? By the way, I had a barbecue chicken sandwich. It was very delicious. We cleared every fortified point and gun turret in our path until an unexpected clearing opened up before us. They're from Little Caesars. It's been a long time since I had Little Caesars, but I have had their pizzas before. I think my favorite place is I don't know if you guys have ever had Giorno's pizza. Not Giorno Giovanni. What are you talking about? Giorno's? Is it not? It's not Giorno's, is it? No, that's not it. Giordano's Pizza. Maybe. Check this out. Is this the one? So, Giordano's Pizza. Yeah, I think this might be it. So, it's supposed to be... it's a Chicago... Deep dish is my favorite, by the way. I absolutely fucking love deep dish pizza. And Giordano's is probably the best deep dish pizza I have ever had. So delicious. Oh my god. The ones I like this one, not this one. There's one where it's just like stuffed full of meat. Oh, it's amazing. Deep dish pizza is absolutely freaking incredible, especially when you get like really good deep dish pizza. So like that crust is like super flaky and delicious. So my favorites are the ones where they have like meat, like just stuffed in the bottom. Like you see it right there, like all that meat like underneath the cheese and the sauce. Oh my god, it's so good. So good. If I eat that, I have like a Shokugeki Soma moment. Like literally just in my mind, my clothes are just like exploding everywhere, and I am foodgasming. It's amazing. It is. It's some of the best pizza I've ever had. Ever. In the history of ever. The structure up ahead must be their camp. 8 patrollers, 3 in the watchtower, and 6 more behind the gate. I've done that before. I mean, it's been a while, but I've done that before. You mean triple S tier combination? SSS tier, triple S tier. I spelled tier wrong. Whatever. I'm an author, by the way. There seem to be fewer guards on the flank. Let's use the grappling hook to go around. Hold on, my knight. There it was again, her typical grin. Since Ignis went through the trouble to prepare this baby, we'd be fools not to use it. What baby we talking about? She unpacked one of the airdrop supply packs, pulling out a fully loaded bazooka. Set up, aim, and fire. So we're firing a bazooka. I've always wanted to fire a bazooka. After the smoke cleared, only a single building remained standing in what was once a guarded encampment. Is a bazooka really that powerful? You have 1 minute to explain everything. As soon as we entered the room, the man before us crumbled to his knees and started trembling, unable to utter a single coherent sentence. To save us both time, I had no choice but to draw my gun and press it against his forehead. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Who are you? I'm one of the 4 giants of Jotunheim. They call me the Infernal Sentry. He looks like just a normal NPC, though. Get to what we really want to know. Where's Better? I nudged the gun barrel against his forehead. Huh? Who's Better? Don't play dumb. Better is your boss, isn't he? Oh, that is a huge misunderstanding. You see, there's no one named Better in our syndicate. The bombs, the setup, everything. It was all part of Lord Phantom's plan. Lord Phantom, huh? Okay. You really expect us to fall for that? You clearly just made that name up. I'm telling you the truth, I swear! Phantom. My left hand suddenly clenched into a fist. Okay, so this is gonna be like an old enemy of the Midnight Knights. Agave didn't know what that name meant to me. 3 years ago, I was just a beat cop who wanted to keep this city safe. Back then, the city was plagued by an arch-villain named Nightborn Phantom and their heinous followers who looted at will. Understaffed and under-equipped, the police were powerless against them. During one incident, Nightborn Phantom orchestrated a bombing at the city stadium that resulted in hundreds of deaths. After that, I lost faith in the system and, with Ignis's support, became the rogue vigilante known as the Midnight Knight. Agave has probably, quite possibly, the worst naming sense. Like, I'm not great at naming, but even I can do better than that. Over the past 3 years, I used whatever means necessary to bring down those who scoffed at the law, until nearly every name was crossed off my list, except for one. The Nightborn Phantom had vanished as if into thin air, leaving no trace behind. I had thought they might have been killed by someone else, but no. They had simply been operating under a different identity. Tell me, where is the Phantom now? Well, he shrank back, his voice faltering as he sensed a shift in my tone. If I tell you, will you spare me? 3, 2. Ah! All right, I'll talk! Finally, he broke down, and with a trembling voice, gave up an address. It was the last place I ever expected. Let me guess, Ignis was the Phantom all along. And we just dropped the guy. Cut! Great job, everyone. That's a wrap for Act 3. Go ahead and take a break. The crew dispersed into small groups. Agave flipped through the script, humming contentedly. I know that in movies, the mastermind is often someone unexpected, but have you decided who will play the Phantom? Well, It would be hard for a human actor to portray the spectral like nature of the Phantom, so I borrowed this from Nozomi. Upon Agave's signal, 2 crew members rolled in a cart bearing a massive object draped in red cloth, standing at nearly 2 meters tall, so it's a mecha? I noticed the strange arm dangling out from beneath the cloth. Its exterior appeared to be crafted from a new type of ceramic, while the joints and limbs were manipulated by fine wires. Mr. Adjutant, you want to guess what's inside? If you're going to use that to portray the Phantom, then I think it's a puppet. That's right. We really are on the same wavelength, Mr. Adjutant. Why do you look so horny when you say that? She looks stupidly horny. And look at that face. Let's zoom into this face. Hang on a second. We're gonna hang on. Here, we're gonna transform this, and we're gonna go Now we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Hang on a second. I got this. We're gonna pull this off to the side really briefly. We're gonna do this. Make the screen bigger. I want to make it even bigger. Even bigger. Let's make it even bigger. How big can I make it? There we go. I look at that face. That is the face of a horn dog right there. That just screams degenerate. Alright, fit the screen. We're going back to this. I didn't read that. So, with some wire work, we can make it seem like the Phantom is floating in the air. Pretty cool, right? Well, it's a bit too early to say. Something tells me that the puppet is going to come alive, and that's going to be the boss. By the way, Agave, you haven't told us where we are going to film Act 4. I've thought long and hard about this. The lair of a crime syndicate should be mysterious, dangerous, and expensive, yet inconspicuous. Is there really such a place in New Hentiro? Yes, there is. I mean, there was. Everyone seemed confused. Kaede, you are familiar with the observation hall, aren't you? Kaede subconsciously nodded, then quickly shook her head as if realizing something. You're not talking about the one on Outer Island 6, are you? I don't think we've been there. That's the one. But all of Outer Island 6 has been destroyed. I suddenly realized that Kaede was referring to the uninhabited island that fell from the sky during our battle with nascent Wodan. Many structures on the island were made of glass, notably the observation hall on the island's edge. It offers spacious interiors and panoramic views, an ideal filming location. You would bend her over? What a coincidence. So would I. I think so would most straight men and lesbian women. Partly submerged and partly above the sea's surface. We probably won't need to buy tickets to get in now. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, over the next dozen hours or so, we will be leaving New Hentiro and diving deep into the ocean to film Act 4. So we're going swimming. Come on, Flying Knight and Air Agave. I will say, while Vidya is not my favorite, like she's not. My T3 is still Fanny, Katya, and Mia, but Vidya is probably Probably in my T10. I mean, it's not hard to be in my T10 since I think there are only like 18 women in this game. But still. Suddenly, a powerful gust blasted just a few dozen meters ahead of us with a deafening roar. 2 floodlights pierced the night sky, bathing the area in light as bright as day. As everyone gazed in astonishment, 2 unmanned helicopters steadied themselves and landed neatly on the ground before us. These are, just as the name suggests, they are symbols of our boundless love. Ow! Our boundless love. I gently tugged at one of her ponytails to stop her from making any more misleading comments. Miss Director, aren't these helicopters from the Outer Isle Hotel? I figured they'd come in handy, so I rented them along with the venue. Ah, that explains the unusual item in our expenses. I mean, so in this game, like, the adjutant is married to every woman. Like, and if we're going fictional characters, then I have a lot of wives. Like, a lot. You know, there's Akira from My Dress Up Darling. It's a lot in this game. In Wuthering Waves, I think the only 2 that I would consider waifu material would be Kartathea, who is my all-time favorite, and Yuno, who is a close second. And then, of course, in Genshin, there's Yai Miko, Raiden Shogun, Ayaka Kamisato. Who else do I really like? Jean. I feel like most people would not consider her wife material, but I do. I like Jean. Moika. Love Moika. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Columbina, maybe. Maybe Columbina. And then, of course, there's Honkai Star Rail. I haven't played Honkai in so long that I probably don't have that many anymore, but, like, Firefly, Robin, Kafka, Silver Wolf, Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao was one of my favorite. The moment they introduced her, I knew she was going to be a favorite of mine. And I don't know any of the characters from the new update that happened. Sparkle, she's hot, but I don't really like her. You know? Like, I kind of hate her guts. So I don't include her. But she's hot. So, you know. A little extra spending is nothing for the company. Oh, wow. Her glasses are glinting. This is like a Gendo moment. She's gonna tell us to get in the... Can't be helped. She pulled some shit that I did not like. Was not a fan of how she toyed with my heart. Amid Agave's cheers and Cheng Xing's soft sighs, we boarded the helicopters bound for Outer Island 6. No, there's no room for forgiveness in my heart this time. No, I just because of how she is, I don't particularly like her as a character. Like, I like her as a character, but not like wife character. More like she makes a good villain to me. So the ones I really like though are the ones that I mentioned. I don't dislike her, she's just not wife material. Like, I would not smash. You know that she is so, you know, I was talking about this with with Kagi, Neko, Cal, and Tin Can the other day. There's crazy, and then there's don't stick your dick in crazy. Sparkle is the don't stick your dick in crazy. You don't touch that. You have no idea what's gonna happen to you. Put me in jail all you want. It's not gonna change the truth. Facts are facts, bro.
No surprises. No surprises.
He is Cheng
The
Xing.
enemy's lair?
Vigilant. Dark and damp. This is indeed their style. Agave, what is it?
It's just... this place looks familiar.
Y'all can't deny that I'm right.
Fortune favors us.
No.
Shall conclude shortly.
See, this is one of those moments where you get judged for speaking the truth. I'm completely right.
Hardly worth our concern.
Like, she was. She's absolutely crazy. You don't want to stick your dick in that. Uh-oh.
Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind.
I mean, more power to you, bro. I admire your tenacity.
No longer deceive me.
Best girl in Honkai will always be Firefly.
Hardly worth our concern. Inconsequential.
We can't even hit that thing.
Simulation dictated. No wonder it's called a phantom.
Did you just switch from YouTube to Twitter?
Stands up against the midnight night. My knight,
Oh shit.
we'll cover you. Please, you must
My thanks.
put an end to this.
Stay vigilant. I have you inconsequential.
Behold, you're about to witness something one of a kind.
Alright, give me a second. I'll argue with you guys all you want once I finish this. Oh.
It's like they don't even
See what
calculate
freaky. Oh, right. I know her. I remember this one. Yeah. She fires that giant ass beam.
This gun doesn't have an auto-load program?
The battlefield is mine to control.
Captain D, how are you? Oh, thank you for the raid. I just realized you raided me. I didn't even see the notification. Things are going. We're playing the same game that I've always been playing for the past month.
I've committed the
Ish,
procedure to memory.
month-ish.
This shall conclude shortly.
Not too much happening other than that. Daiki and I went to a coffee shop, but that's like it. I've been looking for like a good coffee shop around Arizona, and so that I can find like a
Nothing
regular
can
place to
disturb
haunt.
us.
Bro, you're switching up like everything. Yeah, so this is it's interesting. This is like it's like a visual novel style story, but they have like areas where it's like a shooter, like a third person shooter. So at some point they kind of have like a roughly even balance between like the visual novel moments and the shooter moments, but obviously, you know, the visual novel moments take way longer to do. The shooting, these things, they take like 176 seconds. So roughly 3 minutes to complete a single mission. And we don't get that many missions. Like, speaking of, before we do this, I'm gonna show you guys. This is my cat. That's a dog that he was really curious about. So this was the coffee shop that we went to today. So normally I sit here and I do my work while he just sort of chills and stares at people. Like he was he did. We went while we were doing this, he was watching like every single person that would walk past this window and the people that would walk in and the dogs. So right now he's chilling. He's sleeping over by the window. He's doing his cat nap. So, but that was this morning. So Thursdays and Saturdays we go out. And then we came back here and I had lunch. And then we're streaming. And yeah, this is there are actually, so this is like your standard gacha game where they have gameplay elements, plus they've got the storytelling elements, which are often told through like the visual novel style. So it's kind of like Nikkei in that regard, at least. But I think the gameplay in this is better than the Nikkei, because in Nikkei you just stand there and you wait and click. I do. I go out. I touch grass every so often. I think it's important. Since I work from home, I think it's more important for me to touch grass. So I'll go out and I'll talk to random strangers that I've never met before and will probably never meet again. And then occasionally, like, I'll go out with friends on weekends. Bro, you switching up you constantly switching what platform you're talking from is throwing me off. So Yakuza side quests. Got it. Basically, as the elevator door slowly closed, through the narrowing gap, I caught a glimpse of Agave looking back and giving me a smile. We didn't beat the boss. The moment the door sealed, all sounds from the outside, gunshots, explosions, and the shouts of Agave, Felicity, and Ignis were muffled. The elevator began its rapid descent to the building's deepest level. Dude, you've done YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter by now. You've done all three of the platforms that I am streaming on. Doesn't that get dizzying? Also, I wonder how like the Twitter stream works, because I don't know how commenting works on Twitter. I don't know if you just like comment like it's a regular post and it just shows up on my thing, or if like you have to specifically go into like a comment section. Be sure to let me know. This is exactly what's going on. We're going into the warp. That's what happened. That's what's happening. During the prolonged descent, the flickering elevator lights and the creaking of the cables seemed to whisper secrets of the long-abandoned depths below. Finally, it came to a steady halt, revealing a narrow corridor ahead. This was the sole entrance to the hall. The Phantom, my nemesis and the elusive mastermind behind everything, now had nowhere to run. You know, this entire segment reminds me of like a really bad B-budget movie. See, that just sounds more like you're an Italian plumber. It's me, Mario! Clutching my gun. Actually, is he Italian or I mean, I guess he's Italian, but he's also from Chicago, I think. Isn't he? I think Mario lives in Chicago. There's a Mario. Bro, Bollywood is insane. Like, Bollywood is what Hollywood used to be back when they were fun. Where does Mario come from? He is Italian. So Mario, okay, so he is an Italian-American plumber who lives in the Mushroom Kingdom. So if he's Italian-American, how does he live in the Mushroom Kingdom? Blows my mind. Blows my mind. So they put him in New York. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to know where he was from. So I think I'm also partially Mexican. I'm only like 25% Mexican if you were to listen to my parents. I think my mom is half. Maybe. I don't know. I know there's a part of me that I am part Mexican though. I think I've also got some French, German, and I guess so. I mean, so like I came one of my ancestors came on the Mayflower. So technically I'm one of the people who I'm descendant of the people who basically stole all this land from the Native Americans. So technically you consider us border hoppers. Clutching my gun, I ventured deeper into the corridor. Finally, I reached the center of the hall, only to find it eerily empty. This is weird music. What's going on? Why is there no one here? With your stature, you are Germany. I am Germany. I am Germany. I am Germany, you guys. I do like my fashion style. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, that was the wrong button. Sorry, you guys. You think this fashion style is German? Here, hang on. I gotta. You think this looks German? A little messy. I don't know. I don't think this is a very German look. I actually got the idea for like the all black button-up shirt from of all people, Sung Jin Woo. Don't know if you know Sung Jin Woo. He's the aura farmer. I don't know if you guys remember him. I don't know. You know what? I went to Germany and I never saw anyone dressed like this, so. I actually dressed like this because I went out today. So when I go out, I usually dress nicely. Yeah. I wore this because I decided that when I wanted to go outside, I would always be mewing. About that. We haven't actually found anyone to play the Phantom yet. Oh, damn. Excuse me? Wasn't the puppet supposed to be the Phantom? It seemed pretty convincing in the fight scene earlier. That was the Phantom's battle form. We can't also use it for the dialogue scenes with the Midnight Knight. Food you sent? No. Did you send food? Was that yesterday? Was that what food? On Twitter? Or Discord? It first expresses its ideology in human form, and then transforms into a monster for the battle. That's the proper flow of the narrative. Twitter. Okay, I will check Twitter then. Oh, it must have been on my food post, huh? Like the one where I showed the food that I cooked? Act 4, Scene 3. The director forgot to cast an actor. Needs post-production effects. I will be sure to check it out. You can leave out the first part. No, leave it in. Am I supposed to play along with this bad joke? It's no big deal. I was going to use special effects for the transformation anyway. Adjutant, just pretend your nemesis is there and act toward thin air for now. I'm just acting toward thin air. That's too high of a hurdle. We can't do this. Okay. I also have a backup plan. Kaede. Is she gonna be the villain? Huh? What is it, Miss Director? The pink-haired girl quickly shut her notebook, looking confusedly at Agave. You're going to play the Phantom. Yes, okay, she's gonna play the Phantom. I don't know if she can do that. Me? I'm actually wondering if she might be the one who's been causing all the sabotaging efforts. Yes, I have considered it carefully, and you're perfect for the fit. I don't think she considered this at all. That seems rather arbitrary. Look, you've even scared Kaede speechless. I'd be honored.